What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mafex Amazing Spider-Man Venom. And so here we have Venom posed and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories really fast. Venom here does come with 3 different head sculpts. We do get the McFarlane style head with the mouth open. We of course get the McFarlane style head with the mouth closed. Then we do get an unmasked Eddie Brock head. He also comes with several sets of hands. He comes with a pair of clawing hands. He comes with a pair of fists. He comes with a pair of clinching hands. He comes with a pair of web holding hands. He comes with a pair of pistol grip hands. He comes with a pair of hands with the magnets in them. He comes with a pair of feet with the magnets in them. And then we do get 2 style of webs. We get 2 long ones and then we get 2 shorter ones. Other than that, Venom here doesn't come with anything else. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually take a closer look at the Mafex Venom. And so here we have a closer look at the Mafex Venom, and I think that Medicom has done a really great job with this figure. Now Venom here has been out for a while. It just took me a while to get around to reviewing him. I actually forgot where I placed this Venom, but thankfully I was able to find him and now I'm able to review him for you guys. As you can see, I do have him with the head with the mouth is open, which I think is the best head this comes with. If you're more of a classic Venom head or enthusiast, this is probably going to be the head that you have him displayed with, because this is a very classic looking head sculpt. This is also a really iconic head sculpt as well. Now this was before they added the tongue to Venom. This was actually how he appeared in the first appearance. Now, I know one criticism people have about this figure is that he is too small. Compared to the Mafex Spider-Man, I think he's the right size, especially for a first appearance Venom. The head sculpt is done very nicely. I love the way that the eyes look on Venom. They did a fantastic job sculpting that, and then his teeth look really nice, especially going all the way to his mouth, where you can see goes very far. Really like the color scheme on this Venom. He's done in this very nice shade of black, and they did add some blue highlights to him, just to bring out some of those details. As you can see, there's some highlighting here on his shoulders, or on his back right here, some on his shoulders. Biceps have some shading, a little bit right here on his chest. It all looks really nice, and one thing I really like about this figure is the sculpt work. As you can see right here, the Venom spider emblem is actually sculpted on. I really do appreciate every time they sculpt the Venom emblem on. It just shows a little more care is given into the figure, and for the most part the lines are painted very cleanly. I really do like the way this came out. Really loving the costume here, looks very nice. And in case you were wondering, more of that mold line showing you that it is sculpted on detail. And that's one thing I like about this Venom, is that all the white patches on him are sculpted on, they're just not painted. We have some really nice musculature right here. Again, we have those dark blues over the blacks, looking really nice. Then we do have his web shooters right here, which, as you can see, also sculpted. Really do like that little detail. Fantastic detail. And he does have clawing hands, which I really do like when Venom comes with clawing hands. Overall, a really simplistic look for a character like Venom. Again, this is a first appearance Venom, so he's not going to be overly muscular and vascular. You're just going to get this really toned individual with some really nice musculature here. That muscular detailing is phenomenal here, and you can see they did go over some of the high points with a light blue, or with a darker blue airbrush, just so it does stand out against the black. One thing you'll notice is that his knee does stand out a lot. They went with a dark blue for his knee, while the rest of his body is black. But again, more of that highlighting with the blue, just bringing out some of those details in him. And it is very well done. Even on the back of his calves, you can see that when the light catches it really nicely, you can just see that really nice blue outline. And then we go on to his feet, which was a more Spider-Man-esque style feet. As you can see, I do have him with the non-magnetic feet, but if you want him with the magnetic feet, you can have them on him. Just be aware that Venom is a heavier figure than Spider-Man, so the magnets might not hold him as well as you think. Overall, fantastic detailing on Venom. Very simple, but very iconic, and I really do like that. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get Venom posed and compare to other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have the Mafex Venom posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have the Mafex Venom posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure in a Mezco 112 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Venom posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger in a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And finally, here we do have the Mafex Venom posed next to the Mafex Spider-Man and the Mafex Carnage. So with the comparisons out of the way, guys, let's actually move on to his articulation. Now, Venom here does sport a surprising amount of articulation. We do have a double ball joint in the head, which lets him look up very far. Does let him look down as well. Does tilt to the side very nicely, and then we do have left and right rotation. He does have another ball joint here in the neck, which does let him lean his head down even further and tilt his head back even further, so I do like that. And then we get some really awesome head tilt with that, so really good head movement here on Venom. We do have, I think it's a ball hinge here at the shoulder. The only reason I think it's a ball hinge is because it does pivot down and it pivots up, and it does move forward and back. Although it doesn't really move forward and back all too well, you're mainly going to get up and down movement. When I got this figure out of the packaging, this was a very stiff joint and it was not moving. I had to apply some lubricant on that and it does move around a little bit better, but you can see it is still fairly tight. But yeah, it's still a ball hinge. I think it's a hinged ball joint, to be quite honest, but it does work really nicely. Goes out to the side to about right there, all the way around, no problem. We do have bicep swivel right here. Double bend here at the elbow, giving us much better than 90 degrees. Then we do have a ball hinge here at the wrist, so it does have up and down movement. We can rotate that joint to have in and out movement, and then of course it rotates on that pin. I think he has just a single ball joint. It might be a double, but there's no pivot on it, so it's just really going to be up and down movement for the ab crunch and some slight swivel. Most of your tilt is going to come from the lower joint, which is on a ball joint as well, going all the way around. Nice hula hoop action, and combining those two joints, he gets a respectable ab crunch, and then going back. Not the best we've seen, but again, I would prefer figures have better forward mobility than backwards mobility. So his hips are a little bit strange on mine. It might just be quality control, it might be on every version, I don't remember. But his left leg has detents, and those detents are very stiff. When you get to a certain point, they just lock into place. As you can see, they just move right back to where they are. Boom. And doesn't go any further than that. So yeah, his left leg has some really heavy detents. I don't know why. And like I said, I don't remember if that's a universal issue that Venom had or if it's just on mine. And then this leg is fairly loose. It's not super loose, like it'll hold its weight, but it's just something to note that on mine the leg is just looser than I would expect. They are on drop down ball joints as well, so those do pivot down in case you want to get more movement. They go out to the side, about that far. But yeah, it doesn't even hold its weight going out to the side all too well. Did it to the side? Yeah, that one does, because it kind of locks into place in every angle. Like that locks, doesn't move on its own, locks back there. Yeah, the left leg on mine is really strange. He does swivel here at the thigh, has a double jointed knee, working really good. We do have a swivel here at the wrist, a hinge, or at the ankle, excuse me, a hinge going back and forward facing pin for rocker ankle, and then we do get a very generous toe hinge. So overall, Venom here sports a surprising amount of articulation, and it's well welcomed on a character like Venom here. You want him to be very posable. It kind of does suck that mine has this issue where the leg ratchets and locks into certain positions. Like, doesn't really lock. Yeah, it's kind of strange, but you get it to work. You'll find workarounds eventually. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get Venom posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the Mafex Venom pose for my final thoughts, and I think Medicom has done a great job with this figure. I know there's a lot of people out there that really don't like this figure because they say he is too small, which I can see that as a valid argument for a Venom figure. You want your Venom figures to be big and bulky. However, you gotta remember that this is not a modern day interpretation of Venom. This figure is supposed to be first appearance Venom, where he is just literally a big muscular guy in the symbiote suit, and that's pretty much what we got here. When I compared him to the Spider-Man and Carnage figure, you saw that he is much bulkier than the other two. He doesn't have as much height as a lot of people would like, but I still think this is a very valid figure to have, especially if you're collecting the Mafex Marvel series. This figure will look great in your collection. Venom here will stand out. The costume is sleek and really simple, but it has a lot of great detailing with the highlights. There's a lot of times where you're looking at this figure and you think it's just cast in blue plastic, but it's really the way they painted this figure to have that really nice overspray on it, and it's just a very fantastic look for Venom here. Now, at the time I'm making this video, Venom here is kind of hard to track down. When I originally got this figure, I got him off Big Bad Toy Store for about $100, which was a huge pill to swallow because Venom here, even though it is a great figure, I don't see $100 worth of value in this figure. Now, thankfully, I've smartened up on purchasing my Mafex figures, but Venom here was probably the last Mafex figure that I will purchase from Big Bad Toy Store if I can't pre-order from somewhere else. Venom here, it has a lot of great accessories, especially with the unmasked Eddie Brock head and the symbiote just rising on it. I think it's a really fun take. Venom here will run you about $150 secondhand market, which isn't too bad, seeing as how Spider-Man is already going for $200. Venom here is a fantastic figure, and Mafex is known for reissuing figures, so if you want to wait for a reissue, you might be able to hold out on it. If not, there are other Venom figures that will suit your needs for a bigger, bulkier Venom. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other Mafex and Marvel Legend videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll gladly take a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.